Hey, what's up, YouTube world? It's Ryan from Ride in Style. And today I'm just going to do a couple of pre-preps for a couple of mods that I went over in the last video where I just did like an overview. So prior to install, there's a couple of mods that require pre-preparation. So I'm just going to bring you all along for the journey in case any of these mods is something that you're thinking of doing to your ride. Follow me. So first thing I'm going to do is unbox some of this hardware that came for these nerf bars here, I guess the side rockers or running boards or whatever you want to call them. So I'm going to take these out of the plastic and open up these boxes and see what came with the package. So the packaging that they came in were really good. The box was really well wrapped. And I'm taking out the plastic for the first time, and so far actually I like the powder coated finish here. That's one of the things that I needed to actually see it once it came in, to see how the texture was going to be, if it was a flat or just more like a, I don't know, wasn't sure if it would be gloss, but this is actually a really nice finish. So here is the finished product, and well, not really. This is just the rail in of itself. I think the drop-down steps are in these two boxes here, but it's got like a rail channel on the inside as well as on the underneath that goes pretty much throughout the entire rail there. So it looks like this might be the outside, and then the drop steps will go in between, possibly. I don't know, that's just my first perception, but these so far, like I said, I'm happy with the texture, the way that they look. They seem pretty easy to keep clean or to maintain this. I wouldn't go as far to say a semi-gloss, but there is some shine to it, so we'll see. So these do look like your drop steps here. And they are. So we have a pair in each box. Their little iArmor icon on the front. And this will, oh yeah, it's all of your, literally the nuts and bolts, all your hardware. So what I'm going to do in this video is a pre-prep. So I'm basically going to get everything installed onto the rails, install the drop steps, the hardware, that way it'll be ready to literally just bolt on. Just declutter the boxes and all the packaging. Got to keep the work area clear. So this is the initial unboxing. Everything's out of their plastics. I'm glad that there's labels on these. I haven't even opened the instructions yet, but just thinking what this could mean. Maybe a driver's front mount, I'm not sure. Passenger front mount, passenger rear mount, DCM. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. I got nothing. And then a driver rear mount, maybe. We'll see. Yeah, these are the brackets, and the brackets are in a nice gloss black finish. I mean, unfortunately, I'm not going to see the brackets. They will be hidden, tucked away, but that's the finish that I'm technically going for with the new ride. But these do not disappoint, guys. I mean, honestly, initial unboxing and just checking them out, I think they look great. I mean, these are sturdy. They're solid metal pieces. I wouldn't go as far as say they might be aluminum. I'm not sure, but it's pretty lightweight. But I'm telling you, just my first impressions, they are sturdy and durable. There comes a time in every man's life where you just reach a point that you have to read the instructions. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm going to start this pre-prep prior to install. It's time to go through the books. So like I had mentioned, I'm just doing the pre-install, which is basically just putting the drop steps onto these rails. And then they came with these interesting looking screw tops. I guess they're called a T-bolts. And when you look at the bottom side of the rail, it's because it comes with these channels. So how these work is you just put them in sideways like that, and then you're actually going to turn them 90 degrees, and so it locks into the rail. So you're going to pre-insert these to fit in the holes on the bottom. I wasn't sure exactly how to proceed initially, so there's not that really any helpful videos online, so I'm making this video. That's kind of what I do in case someone else decides to run with these. Install the steps. You just get these little T-bolts, slide them in, turn them 90 degrees, and in theory they lock into place. So hopefully this might help someone down the road. So while installing these, they're a real pain to try to get these bolts lined up perfectly with the different holes. But what's good is that if you look closely, they come with this little groove on the inside. And the groove is a straight line which basically mirrors the where. Let me just get another one that's not already installed. So it follows that bottom part. So all you have to do is turn it this way so that those little grooves are pointing up and down versus sideways. And once you're satisfied, you just throw the washers over the exposed screws and then put the, I don't know if it's a locking nut, you just put that on the top.
Hi YouTube, remember me? I'm 9 years old now.
Bye. So that's pretty much it for the step install. I'll just be tightening these bolts, and then there's another screw to attach on the bottom just to make sure that it's fully aligned, and then I will show you the finished product for the side rail with the drop step. Bonus tip that I did want to mention is anytime it comes to do with torquing something to lock it in place, it's easy to just start from one side and work your way through, but what you want to do is start at an end, either one, and then kind of skip every other one. And what that does is it actually creates a more even, secure fit. So maybe start at the outsides and then every other one, kind of like, let me just show you when you do your tires. If you're ever tightening your bolts, you don't do them in a row. You actually start from here, and then you'll tighten that side and then that side, and just kind of crisscross to create an even torque. Well, it's the same when it comes to tightening these. You just need to not remember which ones you still have to go back and tighten as well. Just a little tip. What I usually do is just kind of go a little tight just to secure it, and then eventually go back and hand tight or use my manual ratchet just to make sure it's in good. You don't want to strip these bolts, that's for sure. And with all the bolts tightened, this is your rail. This is your drop step there. And I think that will definitely enhance it's functional. It's got the grooves for traction and grip. It's not a huge step, so it won't stick out too far. It won't stick out too far from your ride. If you got large feet like me, I'm like a 13, 14, so this is good for the average shoe or boot or whatever you wear. Yeah, but this is the finished product for the pre-install. I'm going to do the exact same on the other side for the other rail, and then these will basically be ready to bolt on. Alright guys, so that concludes part 1 of the pre-prep, pre-install mods for the iArmor footsteps. Let me know what you think. You think it's a good upgrade compared to the stock running boards? Leave a comment below. Thank you all for watching. This is Ryan from Riding in Style.